During the second episode of the Mindcrack podcast, Guude, who runs Mindcrack, called me something very inappropriate, and I feel it needs an appropriate response. First, I want to address the use of certain language, namely the C word. I know its use is not particularly severe in some parts of the world, but in America, where Guude is from, it's only a couple notches below the N word in severity. As a personal example, I use language pretty liberally and have never and would never call anyone by that name. If Guude had called me an asshat or just said he didn't like me, none of this controversy would have occurred. But he intentionally chose that word, a word which is charged with misogynistic connotations, and he did so in front of a huge audience. He chose to say things in a way that reinforces the sexual objectification and denigration of women that is very prevalent in parts of the gaming community. It's the kind of thing you say to people that you don't feel should be treated like people, and I feel humiliated by it. As for why Guude hates me so much, I'm going to put all of the information I can out there and let people decide for themselves. I need to frame this appropriately for everyone. In the original Race for Wool League, which is a competitive Minecraft game mode, the team I was on was set up to play against Team Tunnel Rat, another team in the league, on the debut of Vex's second Race for Wool map. We were told initially that no one would have access to the map prior to the event, and we would be figuring it out as we go. We found out shortly before we were supposed to start that the other team had received the map a day or two prior, and we had little time to look over the map, and I felt this put us at a huge disadvantage. After the match, I was extremely angry, more angry than I should have been, and I vented at Guude, as he was the tournament organizer, and I saw it as an organizational problem. If you click the first linked item in the description, you can see what I said to Guude in its entirety. Pause this video, take some time to read it, and come back. Everyone I've shown that to thus far has said, "That's it," in a, surprised manner, and yes, that is it. Now I'm going to go over what I think of Guude. Some more framing here. Guude would occasionally show up to talk to some people in the spawn, which is where we all hung out after this Race for Bull spat, but less and less frequently. During this time, there were two distinct events where he lied to some of my friends. One lie which was over something money-related, frowny face. But I eventually found out that his privately stated reason for leaving the spawn was that he hated me and almost everyone there, and at the time I felt terrible about it. Prior to his comments on Race for Wool, which is the second linked item, but you don't need to read those yet, I had a very sunny view of what had happened with him. I dismissed a lot of what Guude did as being extremely stressed about his upcoming baby, an underemployed father worried about providing for his family, and I blamed a lot of the situation on myself. I have retroactively adjusted how to process these events after the Race for Wool comments, where he accuses people, read me, of stealing his Race for Wool ideas, and then goes on to elaborate something that no one has actually done. I am now convinced that Guude only views people and ideas as assets to be exploited. During the initial RFW planning stages, he monopolized communication with Vex and passed him off as a sort of reclusive shut-in. I was actually shocked when I first talked to Vex and realized that he's pretty outgoing and normal. It also explains why he is apparently so upset at the existence of other Race for Wool tournaments. They don't benefit him. So somehow an asset to be exploited was stolen from him. Quote-unquote stolen, I should say. It's why he's invited certain popular people to Mindcrack. It's also why he rarely does anything with people who are less popular than him. For him, it's not about making good content, it's not about building a community, it's not about having fun. It's about Guude. I have many friends that are part of Mindcrack, and none of them have spoken out publicly about what Guude has said. And it's a terrible situation to be in. Many of them are financially dependent on the Mindcrack community. I understand why none of them have said anything, and I don't want them risking their financial well-being over this issue. I'm going to disable likes and dislikes on this video, and will likely not reply to comments unless it's something major that I need to elaborate on that I'm able to elaborate on. Otherwise, it'll end up being full of nits to be picked. Anyway, thank you for watching.